Hi, my name is Rémi Bolduc, and I decided to make this video about transcribing, since many musicians ask me how I proceed when I transcribe solos. You'll see it's quite simple. There is not no magic trick really, but I can at least share with you how I do it. I'm using, you can't see that now on the screen, but I am using any USB keyboard. So I got a keyboard set up on my desk, and the apps I'm using on my computer. On top here you can see that's Finale, and in the bottom it's called Transcribe. So those are the two apps I use. I usually put them on the screen like this on top of each other, so I get the part on top and the music on the bottom, the wave, as you can see here. I guess what takes the longest is just set up my workspace. I usually have templates for Finale, so here you see I already put the title of the transcription I'll be doing right now. This one is a Charlie Parker transcription, and so little things. The size of the pages are selected so they fit a video I'll be putting on YouTube with this transcription, but I can easily change the size by going here on this little icon called Page Layout Tool. Then I go on top under Page Layout, Page Size, and I can say, for instance, Letter, Portrait, and then I got more like a regular size, I'm gonna do Command Z. I'm on the Mac, and go back here. So I put the title and all this, and this is a template I can use, change the title easily, just by clicking on that T here for text, double click on the title, Command A for all, select all, and then write, whatever title I want. Then usually I put chords in. In this case, I already did transcribe that tune many times since I did so many Charlie Parker transcriptions. So here's one done the day before. So I just have to highlight using this tool from A, and I'm going to the end of the form, A, B, C, D. I select all this, and I say Command C, or if you want here, copy. I can close this. I'm back here and just have to select the first bar and do paste, Command V, and everything is here, the chords and the solo. Now I don't want those notes since it is a different solo. I'm going under in Finale, under Edit, under Clear Selected Items. I can say none if there was other things selected, and I select Notes and Rest, and now all the notes are gone. I just have the chords. So I can select A, B, C, D, so the form of the tune, by clicking the first bar, clicking the last bar, Command C for copy. Then I can go here and Command V for paste and do it more than once. The tempo got copied here. As you see, I just have to erase this. Another way of doing this, when there is many choruses, here I'm gonna select that chorus again, Command C, and I go here under Edit, Paste Multiple, and let's say, okay, 3 choruses. So now there is 3 choruses of this. Command All, I want to have 4 measure per staff. I use Shift Command M, and that brings me in fit measure, and I say 4 for everything, all the measure, and here we go. Then I do Command 4U, and that gives me an update. I mean, those things are here. Music spacing 4, and update layout is U. You can find those. I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to explain you exactly how the program Finale works. I'm just showing you how I proceed. I do this, I guess, pretty fast now that I'm used to it. So I got this. I have now the form. The chords here, in this case, I copy them. If I didn't have that, let's say I'm going at the end and I'm gonna add a few measure, add measure, and I'm adding 8 bars, say. Okay, so I got those 8 bars. And if I didn't have those chords, I can select this little icon and give me the chords menu. And here I have selected manual input. That means I can click here and say the first chord B flat. I put a capital B, a small b, capital M, capital A, 7. And then I get, if I put that bigger, I get this chord, you know. Then I move on here, C minor, etc. You know, so I can do them like that. Now, I did program those chord symbols. They don't come with the program. As you see, those are capital, but the M is a bit bigger than the A, and the size of those, the font, everything. I mean, this is something you can do in Finale, and then program what you have to type to get those symbols. Like say for a minor chord, if I'm going for C sharp minor, I do a small m, a capital I, 7, yeah, and stuff like that. But again, this is beyond what I want to talk about in this video. But just give you a little sense that here I'm removing this by doing Command Z a few times, and then back to the top. Okay, so this is with Finale that I'll be using. Now I'm going down to this program called TRANSCRIBE. So TRANSCRIBE is a program that you can find on the website. It's called 7th String, and it is not free, but it is very not expensive. It's probably around $50 or so, and it's great. You can do a lot of things. It's great for transcription. So I got here this Charlie Parker solo. If I click on this here, I can see the whole solo from the beginning to the end. The sound is pretty bad. I mean, those are very old recordings, and they're bootlegs of Charlie Parker, but I'm using this as an example because this is what I'm actually transcribing right now. Okay, so what I do, let's listen to this a bit. Can put more volume here maybe. So that seemed to be the top. Okay, I can actually use my keyboard, the USB keyboard that's attached to my computer, and it's going through Finale, and I hear those. See, that's my keyboard, and I get that first note here. Now my keyboard is playing in the key. This solo is in E flat. So what I did in Finale, I went under Score Manager, and here you see this, and that's the staff, or under blank staff and whatnot. But then there is something here called transposition. I go here and I select other, and now I put it up in measure 6 chromatically. I can select this clef. So what that does, it's like what I'm writing when I'm clicking in here and playing a F. It's the F of the alto, but it is actually an A flat concert, so I don't have to transpose after. I'm writing in E flat. So what I'm doing, I'm going back to TRANSCRIBE here, and I'm gonna mark the form. How I do that? This is the top. When I am using TRANSCRIBE, on top you can see it says marker. Marker for a new section, you press S. That's what I just did. And for measure, you press M. I'm not using the beat marker here. So section and measure. That means S, 2, 3, 4, M. 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 S. And I'm here. And then it keeps going. The number goes up. But sometimes when I do this, I want to see what the form, how many bars there is per form. I can go under Transcribe, Preferences, under Marker, and then unselect number measures continuously. What that does, that every time I have a section like this, it will reset and start that one again. So let's keep going. 1, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. jazz section. That's a bridge. And now the form it being A, B, C, D. Here I'm back to A, so I can double click on that E. This little box appear, and I say here label this A, and it will start again. And then I do another chorus, you know. And but I'll stop here for now. So I got now the first chorus. So that really helps, you know, to transcribe. But now I don't want the numbers to start at 2, you know, every section. I want them to be continuous, so they fit my transcription. It's easier to find my spot. So I go back to preferences, and now under marker I reselect number, measure continuously, and I see all those numbers go like this. Now here I can, you know, get closer to the part, see like this. If I double click on the first one, I can say put subdivisions. This isn't 4, I can change this number. Here I put 4, so give me 4 subdivisions. So those are the beats. It automatically divide each one of those markers into 4 subdivisions. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now here in Finale, I have what I'm looking now is a page view. I can see the page, but if I select scroll view or Command E, I end up here. Okay, it's a bit messy here with a chord symbol, but still what happens here, what's interesting is I see the bar number on top. I can make that bigger. There is different size. You can view, zoom in and all that stuff, and I have comments for that. Here I do comment 2 and I'm here, so that's good. I see well. In this piece in B flat, there is a 2/5 here in B major with shards, but most of it going to be flats. So under Finale, I can go harmonic spelling, so the program Finale will favor flats. Can I put flats basically? If the piece would be an A major, I would have done sharps. Flats, okay. And here, at this point, that's when this transcription really start. Now that I'm set up, and how I do it, I basically start here. I listen to this, you know, and then I'm used to it, so I don't have to look too much for the notes. I'm selecting something called Speedy Entry. Click on the first bar. I'm ready to put notes in. If I click number 5 on my computer, after playing a note, let's say I play F, then I play 5. That gives me a chord note. If 4 is an 8 note, 3 is a 16, 2 is a 32nd, and if I go the other way around, as opposed to 5 being the chord note, 6 the half note, 7 the whole note. So you get all those, and you can find those under help. You know, there is keyboard shortcuts and stuff like that. There is, you know, there is a menu where you can find those. I know them by memory, so in this case, this is a chord note. I'm listening 2 beats at a time. Here we go. Pop. That's what it is. And that's the way I do it. Chord note. Bop, bop, bop. That's not that clear. I hear something. I do hear ta-da, but something in the middle maybe. So here, see, I can slow down the speed. I'll go slower, 50. See, there's a chromatic. Ba-ba-da. Now go back to speed. Okay. So here it is. Now let's see how long that note is. See with those here, I know that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm on the 3rd bar. Okay, 2 beat long. I put equal, 5, another 5 without playing the keyboard. I'm at bar 4. There's gonna be a lot of sharps here. It's like, but how I write this, there is commands to do triplets. Oops, sorry. One too many. Okay. I'm gonna put the sharps after. That's my beat. If I click on the notes, I do number 9. It change flats to sharp. Oh. that's a triplet. That's a... I'll finish the section with the sharp before, then I'll change all the flats into sharps. Okay, so that's the section, the rest, and I can go back here. Here it is. Now I'm clicking in the bar, putting my cursor on the notes, put number 9, and all those flat become sharps. I mean, as you see, I'm not hesitating much for the notes. Nothing in bar 6 and bar 7, so it's easy this way. If I stop in the middle and I'm at bar 26, I just go at bar 26. I don't have to look around where I'm at, you know. So that's really helpful. You don't lose time with that. Thing is, when I hear that, I don't have perfect pitch, but I did enough solos that I know pretty much what's going on, what the bird is playing here. Okay, ba 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 ba. So I know that's ba 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 ba. Okay. And here we are, you know, so I did the first stave. I mean, if you know, eventually, I mean, before, let's say, if I need to, I can go slower, like this. Okay, that's bar 10. There is one note here. See that note? Stop. So I can stop. I can highlight it. Okay, another thing that could be helpful, under transcribe, I go under view, I say show note guesses. I can actually put chord guesses. And here I'm actually putting navigation bar on. So on the bottom I see the form, where I'm at in the form. But what happens with that note guesses, if I take a note, see the notes there, that's the note that are played here in the program. If I move this around, it changed. I mean, there is too many notes. You'll see notes that's like, of course, that's not all part of a chord. But the waves that are higher here are usually, you know, the low note, and those are usually important note. It says a G flat, and I'm playing E flat here. It's because this is concert and I'm in E flat. So what I can do, I can press on FX. It will open this box. And I go under transposition and I say alto sax. So that means now all the notes on the keyboard below are in the key of E flat. It doesn't change the actual recording. You can see if a recording is tuned or not. I can go under tuning. I can change octave, semitone, or cent. So fractions of semitone. And if I move this around, as you can see, look here down there, what happens? This make the notes sharp or flat. So you want this right in the middle. You know, but of course, you know, this is human. It's pretty close. But sometimes a recording could be pretty off, and I'll use that. When the lower you put it, the pitch, the slower going to be the recording, and it change the quality. So you can actually press analog lock. So this way, speed and pitch will be linked together, and the quality going to be much better. In this actual recording, I don't need to use that, but sometimes I do in some of those old Parker recording. Somehow the recording coming from analog to digital was made such a way that the recording is between keys. Okay, I'll do just a bit more. Nothing in bar 10 except that pickup. Okay, so I'm going ta ta ta, and I'm here. It does help to, after as a player, to really hear what's going on quickly. I'm back in the sharps. I'll fix it after those 2 bars. Okay, so I'm coming back here with my cursor. Number 9, whenever there is a flat, so it becomes a sharp since the chords are. And there's nothing here. Bar 14. Like it's a bit before the beat, you know. And usually players like Parker don't rush. You know, if there's something, they're a bit behind the beat, so I don't think it's beat 4 that's been too early. It's just like the end of 3. No, that's late with a little. So I go like this. I'll do it like that. I'll put the G flat. I'm putting number 9 become F sharp, and I click on double dots, and it becomes a grace note. I mean, all those, I'm not telling you, you know, all those little command. Basically, those, this is number 4, the tie is equal, number 4, and then I put, let's say 5 here, and that's my bar. See, that's not clear here, so I go, but here, is it, or, so I can slow it down. Evidently, it's not that clear. I kind of feel it's like an A, but I might be wrong. So when I'm not sure like that, I go here on top. There is that little special tool command, and that opens a box like this. I select this special tool, click on the bar, and then I can see there is a little handle on each note. I double click here, open the symbol selection, and I choose X. So that's like this note's a ghost note, you know. Usually I do that for notes that I don't really hear, but kind of guess that's what it is. And you know, nobody gonna beat me up if I did the wrong note. Like Kevin here is not that loud, but I hear. And sometimes just a matter of knowing how long the note is. And that's it. And so I'm sure there is some question coming out of this. I didn't want to do too long a video, but this is the way I do it. I'll spend a few seconds here transcribing the bridge so you can see how I do it when I don't talk. It goes like that. And that's it, you know. At the end, I'm back here at, if I go page view, that's what I did by pressing Ctrl E. And it's kind of pretty messed up. I just have to put Command 4, Command U, and it gets back like this. Yeah, I can adjust some chord symbol and whatnot, but that's pretty much the part. And if I want to put it again in a regular letter size, since, you know, if that's for printing, which I do as well, I go under page layout, page size, letter, portrait, and I put that smaller, and you can see that's the way it looks on the page. Okay, so that's how I transcribe those solos. And I do use different programs if I need to fix some recordings, especially the old recordings. If I need to just make it cleaner, I use this program here. Let's see. This app. This is called Isotope RX8 Audio Editor. With this, I can declick recording, decrackle it, deom it. I use that. Spectral denoise, I'll use sometimes some EQ. And you have something called music rebalance. You can actually lower the bass or make more bass, or put more of the horn with the piano, etc. So I can actually, when it's a very old recording, I can help it. I don't have to do that if it's a more recent recording, and those recording actually sometimes change speed in the middle. If I need to, let's say the recording starts in a certain pitch and then later goes higher, especially at the end, sometimes the recording goes either lower or higher. I can use this program here. It's called Melodyne. I can open the wave and change the actual pitch by using the universal option and move the whole section, but just the end, say, to put it back in the right tuning. So I'll use this program as well. That's a very useful program. So either Melodyne or Isotope RX8 to restore some of the recordings. That's mostly what I'm going to be using for this. And okay, so I'm not sure if that was any help, but that's the way I do it. Take care.